time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by the Butterfly Palace. Have the best day ever adventuring through the rainforest at the Butterfly Palace. And Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Good morning. It is Tuesday. Here we are, and here we go. So let's get started with news.
All right. A chase in broad daylight ended with a runaway driver crashing into a tow truck and a light pole at Sunshine and Kansas Expressway. This was yesterday afternoon after drivers called police to report the car was driving the wrong way on West Bypass, which is terrifying coming into oncoming traffic. Springfield police tried to stop him. He kept going. So then Greene County gave chase. Eventually he crashed. Police arrested him and took him to the hospital. No one else was hurt. Shoplifting at an O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is interesting. Happened in the St. Louis area, and a man died.
Kansas
City area, yeah. A man died, the suspected shoplifter in the incident. Now a 39-year-old O'Reilly employee is charged with murder. Two men walked into the store in Kansas City. Yes, Kansas City. Started stealing items. Store employees confronted him, and then a fight ensued outside the store. A 23-year-old man was killed by strangulation. So now the O'Reilly employee is facing a second-degree murder charge.
Wow. That's wild.
That is intense, and man, trying to do the right thing. But yeah, now looks like the murder charge is there.
Yeah, that's a scary deal. Missouri judge has rewritten ballot summary language regarding abortion, changing it from what the Missouri Attorney General had written to appear on constitutional amendments on the ballot. The Cole County judge changed the language, the amendment, to say the amendment would establish the, quote, right to make decisions about reproductive health care, including abortion and contraception, end quote. Those words replace what the AG had written, asking voters if they want to, quote, allow for dangerous, unregulated, and unrestricted abortions, end quote. Abortion activists want voters to make abortion a constitutional right in the state of Missouri. That could end up going to voters on the ballot. The Pittsburgh Steelers made an unscheduled stop in Kansas City early Monday morning, not for a game, but because they had problems with their plane. The emergency landing happened after their Monday night football game. They won in Las Vegas against the Raiders. Then, on the way home, there was an oil pressure failure in one of the plane's engines. So down in Kansas City they went. They landed safely, and then they flew home on another plane.
Bass Pro Shops is opening another store in Arizona. The new store is planned for Tucson and should open later next year. There are currently 171 Bass Pro Shops and Cabela stores across North America. So fun for them to be expanding again. All right.
I think our son is on a mission to visit every single one of them.
That's the truth. Oh my goodness.
Like numerous times.
It's out of control.
We were in Kansas City.
He will stay in Bass Pro in the aisle for hours at a time looking at fishing gear.
We were in Kansas City for a couple of weekends ago for both days of the weekend, and he had games on both days. So, and right by the games, the Legends area near the Speedway, there is that big Cabela's. So he said, Dad, day one, Saturday, Dad, can we go to Bass Pro? That Cabela's over there. We go there every time we're there. So I was like, yeah, we can go there, buddy. Let's go. So we went, and he hung out there. I sat in a boat, and he walked around and looked at all of the fishing stuff. We got a couple of things. And then literally the next day, we finished soccer, and he's like, Dad, can we go to the Cabela's? And I said, we were literally there yesterday. And he said, I know. And I said, well, you want to go back there? And he said, yeah. So we went back, and I sat in a different boat.
Actually, I talked to you when you were sitting in the boat.
Oh, yeah.
At Bass Pro. Because I called to see how everything was going. And I was like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm sitting in a boat at Bass Pro.
It was a comfortable boat. So could have been worse.
Well, look who's up dark and early. And here's this.
What's he doing up? Oh, is he showing off his? We got that there. Right, buddy? Who's the greatest dad in the world? Can he even hear
Yeah,
me?
he can't hear you, but
Oh,
he's
okay.
yeah. All right, go. Anyway, that's hilarious.
We got
Yeah,
him that there. He wanted that.
that's maybe why we live in Springfield. He's going to become a professional fisherman and work for Bass Pro someday.
I
Is that
hope it pays off
do they
for him.
have that thing? We'll have to ring Johnny Morris. Do they have professional fishermen? I mean, I know that they supply professional fishermen, but do they employ them? All right. Now to this. The sculpture walk in Springfield is adding video. This is kind of cool. Starting next month, a piece of video art will be on display in the alley behind the Landers Theater and Hotel Vandevort in downtown Springfield. So that's really cool. The video art will be displayed from sunset until midnight in the alley. The art walk will change every month from this October through September of next year.
Yeah, that's an interesting concept. I'd like to see what it looks like, and then I wouldn't mind seeing what it is every month. That'd be cool.
I know it is cool because it's for an artist that would be a really cool get, like to be able to be displayed like that. And in lights, I mean, other art you can't see at night, but people walk through there. I don't know, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah, well, we're fans of video. Half our lives has been on video, so
There you go.
I'm a fan. Taco John's. You're a fan of Taco John's, right?
Yeah, so it's funny because whenever I saw that Taco John's was coming to Missouri, I of course had to text my friend Julie, who was flipping out via text because she likes their potato olays. And I didn't grow up with a Taco John's, but I grew up with a Taco Bueno. So there was a time where she was like,
Oh,
"No, you're missing it, and Taco John's is the way." So we went, and it was fantastic.
I don't remember that. I know. I remember. I think I remember going there, but did I eat there? Did I go get Jack in the Box tacos?
You probably knowing you probably went and got Jack in the Box tacos, but
Well, if they're
honestly,
available.
Julie and I made a trip to Oklahoma, to Tulsa, I think, without you, and we might have gone on a weekend where we were, like, on a girls only trip. I'm not sure, but I don't know
Oh,
if you went with us or not, but the
I thought
potato
we.
olays are those little, like, kinda like a hash brown potato, except for small, and they're very well seasoned.
Hmm, yeah, I don't know.
You
I
would
don't think
appreciate them, sir. I know you would.
I probably would, but I thought we went there on a football weekend when we went with Clay and Julie, but maybe not. Okay. At any rate,
Anywho, they're coming
Taco
to Missouri.
John's.
Taco John's. Woohoo!
Maybe don't get too excited. They're looking at opening some restaurants in Missouri. The Mexican fast food chain is specifically looking at St. Louis for its first Missouri locations. There's apparently no hurry because if this ends up happening, the very first Taco John's in Missouri won't open until late next year or early 2025. So you might as well drive to Kansas or wherever we got those things. St. Louis Cardinals third baseman is now an investor in a drink company. Nolan Arenado is throwing his money and support behind Yerba brands out of Scottsdale, Arizona. They make plant-based energy drinks with natural
Mm.
caffeine, 0 calories, and 0 sugar. They're also vegan and gluten-free. So I don't know. I hope he has better luck with his off-season business than he did this year with the Cardinals, is all I'm going to say.
That's interesting. Okay. I'll have to give that a try. All right. If you're an Amazon Prime customer, get ready for ads to start showing up when you watch a movie or a TV show. The ads will start next year unless you want to pay extra to not see them for an additional $3 per month. You can stay ad free.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, I don't know. I almost wish we'd go back to cable and everybody have the same thing. Everybody have the same channels, because there's all the
It's
streaming services.
I
Now they're
know, but
starting to.
do you think we'll go back? Here's the thing. Everything seems to be cyclical, even in this modern technology world. Have you noticed that some things revert back? It
Of
seems.
course. Yeah,
So
everything does.
it's just interesting to see if we will revisit cable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do everything over again because convection oven, an air fryer is a convection oven,
Right.
a pressure cooker is, what do we call those things now that make them sound cool?
Instant Pot.
Instapot.
Instapot. Yeah.
Instapots. It's a pressure
Yeah.
cooker that my grandma used to use
Right.
without the digital stuff. So
90
yeah,
years ago.
we're going to go back to cable, and we're going to call it something hip and cool, but it'll basically be the same thing where everything, you have access to everything, because right now it's a pain in the butt to have to click on different stuff, to have a different password and login for every single thing, and then to not have some stuff. It's a mess. So I say we're going to go back somehow. I don't know what it'll look like. This is neat. Former President Jimmy Carter and First Lady Rosalind made a surprise appearance at an annual event in their hometown down in Georgia. They rode. They weren't there for long, and they didn't do much, but given their age, that's understandable. They rode in an SUV through the Plains Peanut Festival. They had the windows down, and there were people who thought it was them and waved at them and saw them. The former president will turn 99 on October 1st, so right around the corner, very next week. They've been married for 77 years, making them the longest ever married couple for a first couple by far, and making him the oldest living president ever. And I can't imagine
Awesome.
who's going to break his record.
Goodness gracious, 77 years married.
Married. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
lot of time.
incredible.
Yeah.
All right, we'll end with this. Some good news of the day. This is a really cool surprise for some workers at a restaurant. This happened in Utah. A group of about 20 people had dinner at a Mexican restaurant and then asked the owner to call the employees together. And then gave them a tip of $10,000 in $100 bills. Can you
Cash.
imagine?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Cash. So some of the people in the group make a habit of giving $1,000 tips, apparently, but they
Man.
joined together to bless the workers with 10 grand that
That's
night.
cool. I love stories like that. Wouldn't it be, how great would it feel to be able to give people that kind of money? That
Yes.
you know, that would just be cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you can do that, do it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Which, I mean, we've been able to do that on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
And it is really cool.
It's very rewarding, and the people they're so grateful. You know, it's a bless. They've been praying for that. Something, you know, they've been praying for help in some way, and you
Right.
become the conduit for the help. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it is really awesome.
And a very much smaller scale than that.
Yeah. Well, much smaller, yes, than $10,000 gift to one singular
Yeah.
person. But I mean, nonetheless,
We're working toward it.
is
I'd like to
it's
work my way up.
it's impactful for sure.
It is.
So,
Absolutely.
and by the way, don't let that. I mean, I would never want to discourage someone from giving $5. You know. So, anyway, it's just cool. To be a conduit to help people. So,
Yep.
All right, everybody, have a great Tuesday, and we'll hopefully see you back here tomorrow morning.
All right. Don't forget Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather coming up. Check it out.
All right. Bye.